Hey guys, it's Josh here and welcome to another build video. A few days ago I did put a poll up on Twitter asking you guys which type of build you wanted to see next, and Underground House ended up winning, so that's the house I'll be showing you guys today. But since the Australian regional home also got pretty high number of votes, I might do that one next, so definitely keep an eye out for that if you did end up voting for that when I did put the poll up. So this underground house is a 2-bedroom house. It does have 2 beds in one of the rooms though, so it's kind of like a kids/teens bedroom. It's probably more of like a teens bedroom because I didn't put many toys in there. I don't think I put any toys in there actually, so yeah. It's like a room for 2 teens and then there's a master bedroom with obviously for 2 adults. So this is a pretty good like small family home, I guess, and this house did end up getting like 2 above ground little spaces that are outdoors. So it's like there's an outdoor barbecue area and there's also like a outdoor like washing area because I did put a washing bucket in there. Don't ask me why I didn't put any washing machines in the house because the interior of the house is like quite modern and new, whereas like the exterior kind of looks really old. But I don't know why I didn't put washing machines in there, but your Sims can wash clothes in the washing basket. And one thing I randomly found out while taking screenshots was that toddlers can play with the washing basket, which I thought was so cute, so I'll definitely include a screenshot of that, because when I took the screenshots for this house to make a slideshow, I did like bring the Delgato family along just so I can have some Sims to just make the space look a lot more alive, I guess. So yeah, look forward to that because it's so cute. Anyway, we start off with like the exterior, not exterior, it's kind of like the underground exterior. So, and it's basically really like old, I guess. Like there's just bricks, like I'll end up putting heaps and heaps of vines down, and the above ground, it's really hard to tell how big the house is on the inside because like from the outside you can only kind of see 2 roofs, and like you'd probably assume that's kind of like the 2 rooms of the house, but like there's so much more than that. And that like little square roof I put up there, that just gets deleted eventually because I did not like how it turned out, and I kind of wanted to make like more outdoor areas, so that was like that was obstructing so much space that I could have used for outdoor areas. And yeah, so after we like pick out the fence, we end up using lots and lots of plants and just like filling the entire lot with various types of plants because I tried to make this look a bit more like secluded, I guess. Like it's kind of in the middle, well, it's not really in the middle of nowhere because there's a beach, which I thought was a really cool perk of putting the house in this location. So like it's kind of like an underground retreat of sorts on the Windenburg Island. So yeah, here comes the plants for like the little cool little, what do you call it, like vine. And then there's just lots of hedges. I didn't want to put the fence along the whole thing, so I put some hedges instead. And then like the hedges almost circle the entire lot, so it's like kind of like your little own private area. And then yeah, so this is when I removed the roof, I believe, because it just wasn't working and I didn't like how it was turning out. And then I also make this room a bit bigger because at this stage I hadn't really planned out the interiors, but I knew that the current size was way too small. And like while I'm furnishing it, I also like make it a little bit bigger, I think, because it was just way too small. And then the back, there's another area to the back which has like a meditation area. There's like a little spa area like for meditating, and then there's also like a coffee table and a few chairs, which is underground but not indoors. And as you can see, I'm kind of like playing around with that idea. I do end up making it a bit bigger, and it's also like accessible from the entrance area, so like when you walk into the house from the main door, you can walk straight to the back area, which has another staircase upwards which goes to the washing area, but before that there'll be like meditation and seating space. And also there's 2 doors at the front of the house because one door, I don't know why I decided to do this, but I decided to put a door that goes directly to the master bedroom. Like don't ask me why, but I thought it was just a cool idea. I guess if you wanted, you could replace it with like a window. It's because this house has no windows whatsoever, which was so challenging for me to decorate because like usually when you build a house there's windows, so like you're not forced to put decorations on every single tile of the wall, but for here it was like so hard to make the doors, not doors, make the walls look like build because there's no windows to break up the space. But I tried to do my best, and I didn't like try and go overboard with decorations as well, because there's like, I always go overboard with decorations usually, especially like plants. So I decided to tone it down a little bit, and like there's one wall in particular which I didn't really like how it turned out, but that was because it was just a huge wall with like 3 paintings on it, because like there was so many things near the wall that like it wasn't really effective to put lots and lots of plants down. So I decided to take away, well, not plants, wall paintings, what am I talking about? So I decided to put just 3 wall paintings down. I tried to make them stand out a little bit because I ended up using those cats and dogs paintings that they look like paint strokes and whatnot, that have like different variants of the same color. So I decided to use those paintings, and then off camera, I put a few more shelves down as well. So like you'll see in the screenshots that there's like a few more decorations on the wall than when I finished the speed build. Because I did come back a little bit and just fix some things up, because I did end up having to end this recording early because I had to do some things, but when I came back later I did like fully decorate it a little bit more. But like essentially at the end of the video it's done. Like I only added a couple more decorations off camera, which you'll see in the screenshots. And the screenshots are so cute because there's toddlers in them. Like honestly, toddlers make screenshots better. So yeah, this is the main area we're working on right now. So I'm working on archways. So it's really weird, like the main entrance area is kind of like really industrial, but then like everywhere else is like quite modern. I have no idea why I did that, but I thought like the fact that there was a glass roof made the industrial option, like they made the industrial style of the room like a lot better than just typical random modern. And I was like experimenting with what kind of stuff to put outside, but I decided to go with like just a simple laundry area, because obviously if you lived here you need to like wash your clothes and hang them somewhere because they don't have washing machines. So yeah, I decided to put some cool laundry day clotheslines down, and there's the washing bucket that the toddler ends up playing with. I think her name was Evie. I don't know what the Delgato's toddler was called. Evie, I think, yeah. Evie toddler. Evie Delgato. So basically almost ready to start working on the interiors, I believe, and then that'll be heaps of fun. So yeah, I think I put like a boulder down. I think like it looks really cool, and I found there were so many plants that I've never used before that I just found while building this house. So like I hadn't even used half of the plants that I put down, because I just discovered them while building this house, because I usually don't really scroll down the plants menu, because I usually just stick with like a few specific plants that I really like, but I just had to scroll down and there was some of these like romantic garden shrubs and stuff that I've never even like seen before, so I thought it was really cool to use. I don't know why I've never seen them before, I've just never used them before. So yeah, I think we're working on the interiors now. I lit everything up so you guys can see. And then we work on the kitchen as always after we finish the wall paintings. And I kind of like played with the idea of having some kind of feature wall, but I incorporate that into the kitchen instead, as you'll guys see in a few moments, because I decided to go with like this huge blue like wallpaper. Oh wait, I think it's paint actually. It's just a huge blue wall, and then the color of the kitchen becomes blue. Like the main house is like blue. I don't know why, but I just decided to go with blue. And I think it turned out nice in the end, but like the countertops are grey, but then like the fridge and stove and stuff is all blue. And like that blue wall, the blue wall tile you can see now is like the wall, it stays that way. That's the final wall color. And yeah, so I kind of like tried to make it look like it's mainly like black and white, but then there's like pops of blue. But maybe the kitchen could be a little bit overboard, but like the living area also has like pops of blue. And the kids' bedroom is like really, really blue. But then the master bedroom is kind of like muted. Like the master bedroom is just a simple black and white and wooden tones. I don't know why, but for some reason in every single one of my builds, I always build a simple wooden toned bedroom. I just like it for some reason. It's just simple blue. And I was going to have like lots and lots of like bar stools and stuff, but I decided to just tone it down. I keep that little breakfast bar to the side of the kitchen, but I remove the counters that are right opposite the sink and put like a half wall, and then the dining table goes there. Because at this stage, when I finished the lounge, when I started working on the lounge room, at this stage it was just like there was no space for the dining table, so I cut the island counter in half. It's kind of like a half island, I guess, because it's stuck to the wall, but I cut the counter in half and put a half wall there, and then just put simple square dining table instead of having so many bar stools, because there's just way too many bar stools if you ask me at this stage. So now here we go. Here's the lounge room area. I end up making like the coffee table blue, the mat is blue as well, and then there's also a really big bookshelf to the side, and then I think underneath the TV I put two of those little shelf things, like, yeah, those two shelf things with the plates. I'm not sure what they're called, like they're just shelves, I guess, with plates on them. And then here comes the dining table. It's very simple, and I like the chairs I used because it fits with the blue theme. I believe it's from Jungle Adventure. And I think after we do that, we're basically finished essentially in the kitchen. There is also a desk with a computer so that at least one sim can study, but the kids' bedroom also has like 2 possible locations for study, so like both sims can be doing their homework at the same time, which I thought was really cool because I used a table instead of a desk, so I can put chairs, like I can put 2 chairs on the desk, on the table. Hopefully your sims won't go there to eat, but when your sims go to study, you can ask them to sit there and they can both study at the same time. So yeah, plants, bookshelf, and then I think we move on to the entrance area after we just put the mats down. I really like the seasons mats, they're so cool. And then we put a painting down. Yeah, I think I put the 2 paintings down here as well. I mean the 3 paintings on the wall. So the wall I was talking about earlier was the black wall to the side of the lounge room. As you can see, that it's so blank and it's like just black wall paneling non-stop. So these paintings are the ones I was talking about. These cats and dogs paintings, I put 3 of them down, like in a pattern, like it's, I guess it's even or something. It's just put in a pattern, and I put like those decorative painting lights above it as well, just to make it stand out a bit more. And I think I like how it turned out, but it's obviously, as you can see, it's still a bit bare. So do put a few shelves down off camera at the end when I'm taking the screenshots. So in the screenshots, you'll see the complete and absolute final product, whereas the speed build, it's like 5 minutes from finishing because I did like spend a little bit more time on it off camera. Oh yeah, and also the kitchen stove gets like this really cool mirrored splashback. Like I don't know why I decided to do this, but I just decided to put a few mirrors down, and I honestly think it turned out absolutely amazing. And like it's a smallish room, I guess, so like the mirror helps make the space look a little bit bigger. And here's the simple industrial entrance area. So there's like these like old looking pieces of furniture and like paintings of like blueprints and stuff like that. And I think it turned out really cool. There's also like obviously all the entrance essentials such as the coat hangers and umbrella stands and shoe stands. I don't know what they're called, shoe stands. And then there's also like a simple painting as well. And like I was gonna try and like make it look framed because I just like randomly stumbled across this, but like obviously it wasn't the exact same size, so I couldn't really do that. But I think the painting in the end turned out pretty cool. It's just of like random scenery, which I think fits like the overall theme of the house, which I don't even know what it is at the end of the day, but like it just fits. And I'm not sure if I should have kept that huge carpet, but I kept it. You can size it down or delete it if you're not too interested in it, but for now it's there. And I was gonna like make this into like a guest bedroom or something, but I decided to make it a kid's bedroom in the end, and I put like heaps of I put heaps of like blue things down, and there's like two single beds so that 2 teens or 2 kids can live here with their parents. But I do have to like play around with the orientation for quite a while because it took me a while, and I ended up having to move the door because I just wasn't happy with the space I was given with, and the door was just like limiting where I could put the beds So I moved the door and I was able to find a good position for the beds. And one chair, just for design purposes, I did just put it on an angle so your Sims won't actually be able to sit there and study, but like you can just move the chair if you want and just put it in the table slot so that your Sims can actually study. And yeah, there's lots of blue in this room. Like I even used that huge like snowflake seasons painting, which maybe was a bit too much. I probably should have chosen one of those like graffiti paintings or something that are blue, because it fits like more of a teen aesthetic, but like that snowflake painting is kind of just like an art gallery aesthetic. Yeah, I should have put like that one I put down, but full size on the back wall. Anyway, I've done what I've done, and I personally like think it's okay. I just don't know how many of you guys would actually like it. But we put a few more decorations down. I think I just move on to a different room and then come back to finish it a little bit later. But I decided to remove that like huge gaming computer and just put just a few things for your Sims to use to study, because I didn't think there was already one computer in the house, and I don't think the house is big enough to have 2 computers. And like because your Sims, the children or teens, won't be able to study effectively because there's not really any study spaces apart from their own bedroom. So, and oh yeah, and also I did make this house suitable for a dog. So like if you have a dog, you can move your Sims in here and there'll be a dog bed for them and a doggy bowl as well. Because like this is almost a perfect place for a dog to live. Like maybe the interior while the dog's inside won't be too happy, but like when the dog runs upstairs outside, there's just so much, like it's an island, like there's just so much the dog can just go out and explore and have fun. And I decided to use like various void critter paintings. I don't know why, but I like the void critter stuff for all the teen bedrooms. I guess that's the point of them, but like I think it looks especially good in this bedroom because there's like blue ones and it just fit the theme, I guess. I'm not sure anymore. But I put some plants down as well. And after we do that, I put like a floor mat down at the base of the bed that's really blue, like it's, yeah, that one. And then we move on to the next room, I believe, after we put some windows down. So that's the bathroom. I like the bathroom. I like how the bathroom turned out, but if you've watched my room builds, this is basically like Black Bathroom 2.0, because like I used like almost the exact same style. Obviously it's not the same shape or anything, but like I used the same aesthetic. Sorry if you can hear annoying noises, there's some construction going on outside. Anyway, you can see, yeah, it's basically all the same like objects are used in the black bathroom, except it's put in a different position. So, and like, I don't know why, but I really find that corner it just looks really cool to me. I have no idea why that corner looks really cool, but for some reason I decided to put like a spot in the bathroom where like you couldn't really access because it's kind of like in the corner behind the bathtub. But like honestly, I think it's really cool just to store a few like not like uncommonly used objects, like towels that you probably won't use often can just go in that corner. But I think it looks cool. Anyway, I think we're basically done in the bathroom now, so we're moving on to the hallway area. The hallway area does get extended a little bit more in the end because I just thought it was a bit too small and the master bedroom was a bit too big, so I was trying to like shrink the space, even if it was only a little bit, by just extending the hallway a little bit further backwards. Anyway, I put like a little linen cupboard for your Sims to use to store like towels and bed sheets and stuff like that. And then there's also a little chair for your Sims to read if they wish. I do put like even more chairs when I extend the hallway. So yeah, there'll be heaps of like seating options for your Sims if they want to sit down and like read or just chat or something. So yeah, I was gonna like try and put a fish tank there for some reason, but I'd put a chess table in there just so your Sims can work on skills if they wish, or work on logic if they wish, because I noticed that I don't often put like skill building objects in my houses, so I decided to put some down. Even if it was just a chess table, I did put one thing down at least. And then, yeah, so this is the master bedroom. It's really, really big. So I decided to like put I put 2 of those linen cupboards in there just to make the space a little bit smaller, because I was just doing so many things to try and shrink the space down a little bit. Like I didn't want to like shrink the entire room down, like move the entire wall in, but I just wanted to fill the space up. And one way to do that was by putting linen cupboards in, because it doesn't really, well, it does make the room smaller, but like in a way that it's just not simply pulling a wall in, like it's actually functional. Anyway, and also since the room was so big, I put their own little lounge room as well. So like, I think the parents in this house, if they were just tired of taking care of the kids for the day, they could just like hide away in the bedroom and just watch TV. Like, parenting skill level was 0. And there's also a huge TV as well. So like, it's not as big as the main living room, but it's a big TV. And there's also lots of decorations. So like, your Sims would want to stay in this room and watch TV. I think I I keep that. It's not really an accent table because you can't actually put a TV on it, but like, I put the wall-mounted TV and just put. I guess I could have like used the self-steadying one, but just used cheats to like move the table upwards. I mean, not the table, the TV upwards. But like, if you do that, the accent tables, the height of the accent tables is like not in line with one of the increments of cheating the object up. So like, it would clip in it usually clips into the TV, which I don't really like how it looks usually. So I decided to use the wall mounting one and just like line it up perfectly with the bottom of the accent table, which I think turned out really good, as long as you don't look at the TV from the behind, which probably wouldn't be often. So yeah, this is when I extend the corridor area to be like more of an L shape, and I think it turned out really good. And then I also put a few paintings down, but I don't think I used those paintings. I put like the painting, I forgot what pack it's from, but like, it's the paintings with like lots of little paintings. You'll see it in a moment. It's like a really nice wooden toned colored painting. And I also put like some of those like weird pillars. Which, yeah, that's the painting I was talking about. The collection of small paintings, which I thought looked really cool. And it fit like the color scheme of the room, because it was black and white obviously, but then there was also these wooden tones, and that painting uses both of those. So yeah, I kept that painting. And I think like after we do that, we're essentially almost finished for this speed build, but there'll be screenshots afterwards which would have a few more decorations, so you'll be able to check those out, and there'll be that cute toddler photo I was talking about, so stay tuned for that, toddlers. Yeah, so the accent table goes down. I put like a really big green painting, which I thought popped a lot. Like, I don't, maybe I should have gone with the blue one, but I've already used the blue one, so I decided to put the green one down. And this corridor kind of has some green objects in it as well, so it kind of fits, I guess, because there's plants. But if you want, you can obviously change that. So yeah, after we do the exterior, so I put like decorations down as well. I don't know why, but I put some get together like random ruined bricks down for some reason. I'm not too sure why I did that. I don't know what the story for that would be. Maybe this was like originally like an old tunnel of some sorts, and that was just like the start of the tunnel, and then a house was built around it. Who knows? If you have a cool storyline, let me know. So yeah, after we do like the final exterior decorations by putting like more hanging vines down and stuff like that, we're basically done. Anyway, I think I might let you guys off here. As always, if you have any suggestions, feel free to let me know. And you'll be able to find this on the gallery under IllogicalSims, and the house will be called Underground House. So yeah, stay tuned for the screenshots. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.